I was in my hotel room in New York, and when I saw my name, yeah, I jumped up.
One viral dance, one controversial word, and one song that rewrote global charts. And suddenly the world knew her name. Tyla went from recording covers in Johannesburg to becoming the youngest African artist to win a Grammy powered by her breakout Smash Water, a track that didn't just trend, it flooded the world. But success didn't come without turbulence. When a 2020 TikTok resurfaced years later, where she identified as a colored South African, the internet exploded before understanding could catch up. A cultural misunderstanding turned into a firestorm overnight, leaving her feeling like she had no control as the world debated her identity. Yet through the noise, the fame, the global spotlight, Tyla kept rising, reshaping pop, championing her heritage, and owning her narrative with the kind of confidence only a star born for this moment could carry. Now, let me take you to where it all began. Long before her voice rippled across continents like a stone dropped into still water, Tyla Laura Seathal was simply a spirited girl growing up in Johannesburg's East Rand, a place humming with culture and possibility. Born on January 30th, 2002 in Edenvale, she entered a world stitched together by Indian, Indo-Mauritian, Zulu, and Irish ancestry, a mosaic of identity she would one day wear like a crown. In the Seathal home, music didn't play in the background. It flowed through the rooms like oxygen. Her parents, Charlene and Sherwin, filled the house with rhythm, from her grandmother's Zulu folk songs to the smooth waves of Aaliyah, Boyz II Men, Michael Jackson, and the bold spark of Rihanna. These sounds seeped into Tyla's imagination, shaping her dreams the way rain shapes riverbeds. Even as a child, she clung to one truth: she was meant to sing. It wasn't wishful thinking, it pulsed through her like instinct. She told anyone who'd listen, as if voicing it made it more real each time. At Eden Glen High School, her talent didn't just grow, it ignited. As head of culture, she blended Zulu dance, South African rhythms, and global pop into performances that turned school corridors into rehearsal halls and stages into training grounds. She wasn't just practicing, she was becoming, but her real evolution happened quietly, almost secretly. After school, Tyla recorded covers and original songs using nothing more than her phone and relentless determination. Weekends disappeared into studio sessions where her voice slowly carved its place in the world. It was during these tireless nights that Garth Von Glen discovered her and opened the door to her first professional recordings, a turning point glowing like a lighthouse on her horizon. Yet the journey wasn't without friction. Her family, protective and practical, hoped she'd choose a safer path. She even briefly considered mining engineering, trying to honor their concerns while the music inside her thumped like a heartbeat refusing to quiet. Eventually, she stood firm in her truth and told them, "I'm gonna go for this," and she meant it. Tyla's professional ascent began in 2019 when she stepped out of high school and straight into the studio, releasing Getting Late. What started as a debut single quickly surged across South Africa, and when its long-awaited music video finally dropped in 2021, filmed bit by bit through lockdowns, it hit the industry like a lightning strike. Sudden, electric, impossible to ignore. That spark ignited everything that followed. By May 2021, her rising momentum earned her a major breakthrough, a record deal with Epic Records in partnership with Fax Records. The young singer who once uploaded covers online now found herself under a label known for shaping icons, and her world seemed to expand overnight, growing louder, faster, and brighter. As she pushed into 2021 and 2022, Tyla released Overdue and To Last. Each song refined her emerging identity, sharpening her Popiano pop blend until it shimmered with its own unique style. Popiano, as if her artistry were deepening like pigment soaking into a canvas. But 2023 changed everything. Water arrived quietly at first, like a wave forming far out at sea, then crashed into global charts with unstoppable power. The track wasn't merely catchy, it was magnetic, gliding into the top 10 in South Africa, the UK, and the US, with the ease of a tide sweeping across sand. Practically overnight, Tyla became a worldwide name, and the world moved to her rhythm. Her rise was no longer local, it was planetary. Then came 2024, the year the world placed its crown on her head. Her debut album, Tyla, entered the US Billboard 200 at number 24, being a historic moment for a young African newcomer. But the real turning point, came at the 66th Annual Grammy Awards, where she won the first ever Grammy for Best African Music Performance, becoming the youngest African soloist to earn the honor. In one moment, a 3-minute song transformed into legacy, and from that moment, her accolades multiplied like stars appearing after sunset. By 2026, Tyla had collected 34 awards and 114 nominations, sweeping global stages, from the MTV Europe Music Awards to the Billboard Music Awards and the BET Awards, where she tied with Usher and Victoria Monet for the most wins in 2024, taking home Best New Artist and Best International Act. But these trophies were more than medal. They were echoes of how deeply her sound resonated across continents. From sold-out arenas to international red carpets, Tyla's presence grew brighter each year. What began with a homemade recording and a dream evolved into a career redefining African pop for a global audience. Her voice, smooth as water, sharp as ambition, became an anthem for a new era of artists rising boldly and without apology. And still, her story feels like its opening chapter. The world is only beginning to listen, and as her voice carried across continents, so did something else: the remarkable growth of her wealth. Tyla's journey to wealth didn't begin with luxury. It began with rhythm, a rhythm that grew into revenue, fame, and a rapidly expanding financial empire. Her hit Water didn't just make the world sway, it blew open the doors of global success. As the track surged across TikTok and international charts, her name traveled with it, eventually surpassing 1 billion Spotify streams by February 20th, 2025, a milestone that alone funneled major royalties into her rising fortune. By 2026, analysts spoke of her net worth with genuine astonishment. Some valued it between $8 to $15 million, seeing her as one of the fastest climbing stars in global music, while others placed it at $5 to $8 million, anchored in touring and brand earnings. Even the most cautious estimates confirmed she had crossed the millionaire line in 2025 with at least $2 million to her name. Her wealth didn't appear overnight. It streamed in from every direction, each source widening her empire like ripples stretching across still water. Music royalties formed the base, steady and dependable, but her live shows were a roaring force of their own. After her Grammy win, Tyla's performance fees soared to $150,000 to $300,000 per show, turning every stage into a six-figure opportunity. And as her voice traveled the world, powerhouse brands followed. Nike, Maybelline, Stanley, and Gap locked in partnerships with her, embedding her image into global campaigns and channeling millions into her portfolio. These weren't just endorsements, they were magnets pulling corporate dollars toward her. Her influence echoed across social media too. With a worldwide fan base, every sponsored post carried the potential to earn high 5 to 6 figure payouts, the kind commanded by stars whose reach stretches across continents. Financial experts looked at her trajectory, the speed, the momentum, the global pull, and predicted her net worth could double as new tours, deals, and ventures unfold. Behind the trophies, the stages, and the viral dances is a young woman who chose music over engineering, a single leap that blossomed into a fortune growing as steadily as a skyline lighting up at night. Tyla may not be a billionaire yet, but she is a multi-million-dollar phenomenon, her empire expanding with every beat, every show, every partnership. Before we shift gears, this isn't a garage inventory, just the kind of luxury cars a house Tyla is usually spotted in. And when they roll up, they don't arrive, they announce. Tyla's ascent into luxury didn't begin with a mansion or a diamond necklace. It began with the low growl of an engine. As her fame soared, she stepped into a world where the cars matched her new reality. Sleek, modern, high-end machines, the kind that glide across Johannesburg's roads like polished obsidian. She hasn't unveiled a massive collection yet, but she has been spotted driving luxurious vehicles, each sighting giving fans a glimpse into how success has reshaped her lifestyle. These aren't entry-level rides. The vehicles Tyla gravitates towards sit comfortably in the $60,000 to $150,000 range, the realm of premium SUVs and high-performance sedans. Smooth lines, sculpted bodies, quiet engines with explosive potential, cars that move like her music, subtle at first, then impossible to ignore. When she pulls up to a video shoot, the vehicle arriving ahead of her often looks like it was carved for midnight. A luxury SUV or executive sedan priced between $80,000 and $120,000, the kind favored by young stars balancing comfort with power. For appearances and red carpets, she's been sighted stepping out of what could easily be high-tier chauffeured vehicles. Machines in the $100,000 to $150,000 bracket, engineered to glide like silk and signal status without a single word. They reflect who she is becoming: elegant, formidable, and impossible to miss. Even without a public garage tour, the pattern is clear. Tyla is entering the tax bracket of artists who travel in the cars that define global luxury. And as her wealth grows, the road ahead only widens, with her rising net worth projected between $5 million and $15 million. The doors to super luxury brands, cars in the $200,000 plus territory, are opening wider each year. Right now, what fans see feels like the prologue: luxury vehicles sliding into frame like supporting characters in a movie still being written. But soon, the world may get a fuller picture: a driveway lined with machinery worthy of her trajectory, cars that roar with the same energy as her global rise. Up next, we have her home. As Tyla's sound leapt across borders, her world expanded with it, culminating in a lavish multi-million rand home, the kind of South African property valued from roughly 2 million rand to well above 10 million rand, depending on address and amenities, a price tag that glints like stage lights after after the encore. Inside, the rare glimpses she shares reveal sun-drenched, modern, open-plan rooms, understated luxury that feels like a deep breath after a sprint, a calm counter-melody to a high-velocity career, reported comforts, a private gym, a shimmering pool, the kind of feature that can add approximately $300,000 to $500,000 in value, and an expansive garden fit the profile of upper-tier homes, framing the space as sanctuary as much as status, like silk lining beneath a couture jacket. Social posts offer only flashes, a softly lit living room, a clean architectural line, enough to suggest a house tuned for quiet, recovery, and focus. Less a trophy than a working refuge, a multi-million rand haven that mirrors how far she's come and the distance still stretching ahead like open highway. Aside from homes and cars, Tyla also spends on the luxuries that keep the show running between encores. The sparkle, the ritual, and the flight that turns exhaustion into arrival. Her fashion and jewels are headline makers. Archival coated Chanel moments and sculptural gowns often arrive crowned in Pandora diamonds, 30+ carats at the Met Gala, and later a Grammy's look layered with 100+ lab-grown diamonds that made the carpet feel like it bowed to the light. Her beauty routine doubles as meditation. A Vogue Beauty Secrets lineup that blends performance and prestige. Pat McGrath, Charlotte Tilbury, Too Faced, Laneige. Premium products stacked like harmonies, turning getting ready into a quiet, high-end ritual. Her travel moves at a different altitude, literally. With shows strung across time zones, business class averages sit around $1,305 domestic US and $4,156 international, while full fare, long hauls commonly start $4,000 to $5,000 plus. The price of sleep, privacy, and stepping off the jet ready to perform. In the brand-powered wardrobe, that's a lifestyle in itself. As a Pandora ambassador, she curates charms that read like chapters, blossoms for the breakout, shark-tooth talismans for heritage, while her official Nike partnership, Pamcha, feeds a pipeline of campaign looks and performance gear, comfort braided with hype like laces pulled tight. Taken together, it's elevation by design, diamonds that narrate, beauty that steadies, flights that buy time, and partnerships that dress the legend in motion, each choice cut precise as a facet chosen to shine. Stepping into her personal life, Tyla's rise may look smooth as glass, viral hits, glowing stages, a world dancing in her rhythm, but behind that shine is a young woman guarding her heart like a precious jewel. While fans dissect every handshake, smile, or shared frame as if reading prophecy, Tyla keeps repeating the truth with a mix of humor and weariness. She is single, a fact she's emphasized more than once. Anyone I'm seen with, I'm dating that person. I don't know why. I'm very single, she joked, slicing through weeks of speculation like a clean cord. Still, the rumors swirled like smoke. When she was photographed holding hands with Rema, the internet erupted instantly, spinning fantasies she quickly dismissed. They were just friends, she said, calmly, clearly, twice over, ending the rumor as swiftly as it began. Then came the whispers around Travis Scott, fueled by the Water remix and a dance at the GQ Men of the Year event that sent fans spiraling. Tyla shut it all down, explaining they were simply celebrating and vibing, though she did call him chill, funny, cool, a throwaway compliment fans clung to like it was a hidden confession. And there was Gio, the mysterious figure spotted in photos, videos, even in Japan. During the same week she was there, his appearance in her Truth or Dare video only stoked speculation, but Tyla offered no confirmation at all, letting the theories fade into thin air. Even Chris Brown drifted into the rumor cycle thanks to TikTok edits and gossip outlets, but once again, no acknowledgement, no confirmation, just noise swirling around a woman who has been clear from the start. Despite the chaos, Tyla's stance never wavers. When asked directly about dating, she answered without hesitation, "Yes, I'm single. I'm not playing with all that right now, focusing on the prize." And when pressed about whether she even has time for romance, she gave a smile edged with truth. It's not looking good. Just know it's not looking good. But beneath the jokes lies a softer philosophy. To her, love begins with family, the purest version, the one that doesn't ask or demand, the one that simply is. "Whenever I think of love, I think about my family. It's just purely a feeling," she said, revealing the quiet core beneath the fame. She's even admitted she'd rather date a homebody who loves video games over a guy constantly in the club, preferring peace over pretense, comfort over chaos. By 2025, she reaffirmed it all once more. "I'm very single. I don't really date. Not yet. No hidden partner. No secret romance, just a 23-year-old star choosing herself while the world watches her rise. With fame came backlash, fast as a hook, loud as a chorus. The spotlight that crowned Tyla also threw harsh light on a resurfaced clip that swelled into a storm. A 2020 TikTok reappeared in 2023 where she called herself a colored South African. Ordinary language at home, but a term heavy with US history. Context lagged, outrage sprinted. Tyla said the frenzy left her feeling she had no control, watching a stranger made from other people's words step into her place. Heat rose again after she declined to unpack it on The Breakfast Club in 2024. Silence read as smoke, then fire. Later, she explained she wouldn't dissect her culture on a stage primed for misreadings. By 2025, she reclaimed the mic in British Vogue and Variety. She is black and colored, identities that coexist in South Africa's specific history. You can be both, she said, steady as a drumline. The discourse kept branching, think pieces, sales chatter, until she cut through it live in Sao Paulo. Too many people lying on my name. The crowd surged, and she turned backlash into fuel, like thunder rolling into applause. This wasn't scandal, it was a collision of vocabularies and pasts. Tyla did what rising legends do, held her ground, clarified her truth, and kept moving. In the end, the storm didn't define her. It proved she can walk through rain and still sing. And that, right there, is the world Tyla moves through. I'm effortless, elevated, and shining in all the right places. Her life isn't loud or showy, it's the kind of luxury that feels curated. I'm almost like watching someone walk through their destiny in real time, from the diamonds that catch every flash, to the couture that fits her like it was sewn onto her heartbeat, to the flights, partnerships, and quiet spaces she calls home. Tyla's lifestyle is a reminder that success doesn't have to scream. Sometimes it just glows. And if this is how she's living now, this early in her journey, imagine what the next few years will look like. Bigger stages, brighter lights, even bolder moves. Tyla's story is still being written, and the luxury is only one chapter of an even bigger legacy on the way. Thank you for coming along for the ride. If you enjoyed diving into the life of one of today's fastest rising stars, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because Tyla's world is evolving fast, and you'll want front row seats for what's next. Until then, stay curious and stay shining.